Well, now let's move to another part which is related to mechanics too. It's this kind of question. Read the paragraph below and answer the questions that follow. Well, before you read, I want to tell you something about, it's not, it's like comprehension, right? But it's very important to do the following. First of all, when you come across a word that you do not understand, keep reading. Do not stop, but keep reading with the idea that I have to, or I want to know the meaning of this word, because it helps me a lot. If you tried a lot and you couldn't understand the meaning of it, keep going. It's okay. It's only a word and you have a whole paragraph. Well, the part of speech helps you so much, and I'll show you how during reading, inshallah, and how this part of speech, and remember, part of speech is like if the word is noun or verb or adjective or adverb or preposition or pronoun, these are different parts of speech. And of course, when you know the part of speech of a word, it helps you so much to understand the meaning of it. For example, if you know that this word visit, as I told you before, that visit is either a verb or a noun according to context. You in a sentence like she visited me yesterday. Of course, visited here, if you look at the word and you find an ed after it, so it should be a verb. If you know, now that you have known it's a verb, it helps you to get closer to the meaning. Okay, so paying attention to the part of speech or stating the part of speech of the word helps you so much to understand it. Another thing is that you try to know, you try to get closer to the word, like well, in this context it's a place. So he went to Hurghada, for example, and of course you find it a word in the middle of a sentence with a capital letter, so it's of course it's a proper noun, or we call it proper noun, which is like a name of a place, because he went to, so it's a place. So this is how you get closer to the meaning. You know that this word is a noun, it's a place. See, like who am I? The game Who Am I? So you get closer to the meaning of the word. And of course, there are some words which are not very important, like most adverbs or adjectives, which are not repeated. Of course, if the word is not repeated, it's most likely that it's not important. But if the word is repeated, especially 2 or 3 or more times in the passage, now you have to exert more effort in order to get to the meaning of it. Okay, now by the way, I have Mr. Ahmed has prepared a lot of words with meanings from this text. Have a look. Yes, here. No, not now. I don't want you to read them. Just let your mind think, okay? Try to guess the meanings of the new words to you, and I'll show you this slide after we have read it. Well, who can read? May I? Okay, you can read, Talal. Almost all of the energy that we use on Earth comes from the sun. Okay, almost. Oh my God, what's almost? It's okay. Almost all of the energy. Yes, energy. I studied it in science. Yeah, I know the meaning of it. All of the energy that we use on Earth comes from the sun. The energy that we use on Earth, like for example, oil, comes from the sun. Okay, let's read and see. Earth is one of the 9 planets circling around the sun. Oh my God, planets? What's the meaning of planets? Okay, Mr. Sharif told me that I have to know the part of speech. Let's have a look at the part of speech. Earth is one of the 9 planets. 9 planets. the number is mentioned before nouns. 9 planets, like $9, like 9 pencils. So it's a noun. Okay, now it's a noun. Let me try to get closer to the meaning what planet is. Earth is one of the 9 planets. Yes, I know that there are 9 planets circling around the sun. And I have studied this in geography and in science too. Yes, the Earth, Pluto, Uranus, Jupiter, and yes, these are the 9 planets. Now I know the meaning of planets. Yes. Earth is one of the 9 planets circling around the sun. Circling. Yes, it's like the word circle. They move around the sun in a circle. Yes, that's right. Circling around the sun. We use fuels, oil, and natural gas. What's fuels? Oh my God. Okay, let me see. Oil, fuels, oil, and natural gas. I know natural gas because I am Qatari. And oil, I know oil. Okay, fuels is like oil and natural gas. It's some kind of energy. Yes, we use fuels, oil, and natural gas which were formed millions of years ago with the energy from the sun. They were formed, this is passive, they were formed, okay, these types of energy were formed. What's the meaning of formed? And I cannot get closer to the meaning of it. Okay, Mr. Chief told me that if you do not, you exerted much effort and still you don't understand the meaning of it, it's okay. Keep going. Keep on reading. Okay, so these things which were formed millions of years ago with the energy from the sun. Yes, because oil, I studied that oil started under the earth or underground for millions of years. Okay, it started millions of years ago. Yes, that's right, with the energy from the sun. But what has the sun got to do with the oil underground? Oh my God. Plants today get their energy from the sun. Yes, in science, the photosynthesis process. Yeah, the plant gets the sunlight, the chlorophyll in the leaves of the planet, and the water from underground, and what else? The oxygen from the air. The plant uses all of these things in order to make its own food, which is starch or sugar. Let me see. This is my information. Plants today get their energy from the sun. Yes, sunlight. Yes, sunlight. It's light from the sun. Reaches the plants, and their leaves use the energy. Sunlight reaches the plants. Sunlight, plants, yes, it goes to the plants because plants get the sunlight and their leaves use the energy in it. The leaves of the plants use the energy in it. Yes, the energy in the sunlight. Yes, the sunlight has energy to make sugar. Yes, as I said before, I know that the plant makes the photosynthesis process in order to make its own food, and one of the components it uses is the sunlight. Yes, so uses reaches the plants, sunlight reaches the plants, and their leaves use the energy in it to make sugar and other foods. Okay, still I do not understand how. What has it got to do with oil underground? These are stored in the plants. Okay, the energy is stored in the plant. They give us energy when we eat them. Yes, they give us energy. When I eat plants, they give us energy because they already have energy from the sun. Let me tell you, it's not mentioned here in this passage, of course, but let me tell you that how oil is formed. It's formed by the dead plants and animals that were buried underground for millions of years ago, plants and animals. When they died, they were turned into oil and natural gas and other forms of fuels, of course, underground. And of course, the passage here, or the writer here, wants to tell you that these, without plants, without the sun, there is no plant. Isn't that right? How can it live? It has to use the sun in order to make its own food, otherwise it will die. So without the sun, there is no plant. Without plants, could there be any life of animals? Of course not, because animals eat plants. Okay, some of you would say that some animals do not eat plants. Okay, they eat other animals, and other animals eat plants. So without plants, there wouldn't be any animals. And without plants or animals, there wouldn't be any kind of life for man. And of course, the sun is the source of life for plants, which is the source of life for animals, and both plants and animals are the source of life for man. So if there is no sun, there is no life, there is no man. Thank you so much. Well, I guess that you understand me. Well, these are stored in the plants. They give us energy when we eat them. Well, how many sentences? 7 sentences. Let me show you the next slide with the meanings. I want you to make sure that you understand almost, yes, almost, which I do not understand. I did not understand at the beginning. Of course, I'm acting as if I were a student, okay? Energy, use, or use. Sorry, it's a verb here, use. If it's a verb, we say use. If it's a noun, we say use. Earth, planet, circle around, yes, we guessed it like this. Fuel, oil, yes, this is fuel. Yes, I said it's some kind like petrol and or oil or natural gas, so fuel is the same. Form, form, sunlight, reach, plant, leaf, and store. Well, even if you didn't have a look at these words, it's your understanding of the passage in the same way I showed you. I was acting as if I were a student in order to show you how to guess the meanings of words or new words, which help you very well in understanding the passage in order to answer the questions that follow. Well, I am not in need of teaching you so many comprehension passages and so on. No, I just want you to show you how to be able to deal with such comprehension passages. I only suggested that Mr. Ahmed Arif would prepare you, would prepare only one cloze test or 2 at the most. Let's see the questions. There's one sentence that should be removed because it does not belong in the paragraph. When you have a question like this, look at this, it does not belong in the paragraph. This pen, for example, belongs to me. This book belongs to me. This means that it's mine, okay? And when I say a sentence does not belong in the paragraph, this means that the sentence should be taken out of the paragraph, should be taken off. There's one sentence that should be removed, taken out from the paragraph. Why? Because it does not belong in the paragraph. Which sentence is it? Is it sentence number 1, 2, 3, or 4? Okay. In a question like this, and I recommend when you answer the comprehension questions, you have to go back to the comprehension passage as often or as much as you can, because for each question, you have to go back to the comprehension passage, even if you are sure about the answer. You have so much time. Remember, you usually finish quickly and you sleep, or you wait in a boring way in order to go out of the exam. So you have plenty of time. So use this time, especially in the comprehension and of course the writing. When I come to the writing part, spend this time in understanding the question very well and in making sure that you are choosing the correct answer. So in a question like this, let's go back to the comprehension passage. Well, Which sentence, is it 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, that does not belong to the paragraph, which should be taken out of the paragraph, removed from the paragraph? Let's try the first one. Almost all of the energy that we use on Earth comes from the sun. Okay. Earth is one of the 9 planets circling around the sun. We use fuels, oil and natural gas, which were formed millions of years ago with the energy from the sun. Plants today get their energy from the sun. Well, before you choose the sentence which does not belong, you have to think of the main idea of the paragraph, the purpose of the paragraph, why the writer has chosen this paragraph to you. What does the writer want to tell you? Okay, all what I have said is very important when you read the comprehension passage. It's very, very important to know what's the main idea of the passage, or in other words, the easiest way is, what does the writer want to tell us? Okay? What do you think the writer wants to tell us? What subject? What's the main idea? What he is speaking about, is he speaking about planets, for example, or he's speaking about fuel and petrol and oil and how they are formed for, millions of years, how they were formed millions of years ago, and of course how the plants uses the energy from the sun in order to make food and so on. So let's read. This is the main idea. All what I have said now is the main idea of the passage. Okay? So almost all of the energy we use on Earth comes from the sun. Almost all of the energy that we use on Earth comes from the sun. So this one belongs to the idea, to the main idea. It speaks about energy that comes from the sun. Yes, okay, so it's not the one. Earth is one of the 9 planets circling around the sun. Let's think about that. Earth is one of the 9 planets circling around the sun. Has it got something to do with has it got anything to do with the main idea, which is fuels or energy from the sun? No, it speaks about the movement of Earth around the sun. Maybe this is the one that we should remove. Okay, let's keep reading. Do not be in a hurry. We use fuels, oil and natural gas. Yes, we are speaking about fuel, oil and natural gas, which were formed millions of years ago with the energy from the sun. Yes, this belongs to the idea, so I will not take it out. So I will not take sentence 1, I will not take or I will not remove sentence 1, I will not remove sentence 3, and the last one is plants today get their energy from the sun. Still, we are in the same main idea, the purpose, why the writer has written this. So it's sentence number 2. Earth is one of the 9 planets circling around the sun. So let's see the answer. Yes, sentence 2. Let's move to another passage. Read the paragraph below and answer the questions that follow. If you are interested in helping people take care of their teeth, you might think about becoming a dentist. Okay? If you are interested in helping people take care of their teeth, you might think about becoming a dentist. Okay, so he speaks about your future job. This is how I want you to deal with it. You have to know what the writer wants to tell us about. What's the main idea, the purpose of the passage, the topic of the passage, what's the main topic, right? During secondary school, you should earn high marks. If you do not know the meaning of earn, let's guess it. During secondary school, you should earn high marks. You should get high marks, yes. You should earn high marks in your math and science courses, yes, and in every subject, of course. Then at university, you will have to take biology and chemistry classes. So the writer here tells us about the subjects that we should study before we join the university, and the subjects we will study during our study in the university. You will have to take biology and chemistry classes. Okay. After graduating from university, You will need to study for another 4 years. Let's guess the meaning of graduating. After graduating from the university, you will need to study for another 4 years. Another 4 years. This means that the first 4 years finished, and then you graduated and from university, and the preposition from shows you the meaning that you are out of university now. Okay, so after graduating from the university, or after finishing your study at university, yes, you are right if you take it this way, you will need to study for another 4 years at a special dentistry school. Oh my God, dentistry, it's a totally new word to me. Okay, doesn't it look like a word that you know? Look at the word, look at this part, dentist. Yes, a dentist is a doctor that deals with people's teeth or treats people's teeth. Dentistry school, yes, it's like the faculty of medicine, it's a faculty of dentistry. So to study for another 4 years at a special dentistry school. Okay, now I have guessed the meaning of all the new words. There, in the dentistry school, there you will take classes and also practice on patients while, okay, practice. You will take classes, okay, we take classes at school, at university, and at the dentistry school. Well, you will take classes and also practice on patients while experienced dentists observe you. Okay, you will also practice on patients. Okay, I will imagine that I have finished my study at university and I joined a dentistry school for another 4 years, and I know the meaning of patients are the people who are ill. So I in this school will practice on patients. Yes, I should be trained how to deal with patients, with real patients. So this is something good that they do at the university. They train you on real patients, especially when you are very near to graduation, while experienced dentists observe you. Experienced dentists are the dentists who has much experience. Yes, they have been working for many years, so they are very well experienced. And of course, they will supervise or observe me. You know, observation lesson, of course. The teacher gives a lesson or teaches a lesson in order to be observed by others, by other teachers, maybe by the principal of the school or by his boss and so on. So the dentists observe, the experienced dentists will direct you. Now you can deal with your patient like that, you can do so and so, and you can, yes, you are right that you have done so and so, but please let him open his mouth better, and so do so and so, and don't do so and so. Okay, so the experienced dentists observe you when you work on patients, when you practice on patients. Okay, now again, I was showing you how to deal with the reading without knowing so many words. If you don't know the meanings of new words, don't worry, don't panic. Keep on, keep reading and try to guess. Try to let yourself explain to yourself, like I was doing. Okay. Now let's have a look at the words. I want you to have a look and see whether we were right in guessing the meanings of some words. I'll show you the words that we tried to guess. For example, take care of, teeth, become, dentist, during, secondary school, earn. We tried to guess this word, earn. And yes, I said get when I guessed it. High marks, math, science, these are the subjects. Course, okay, university, graduate, this is another word that we tried to guess, and we guessed it. Yes, when you finish, we said finish your study. or finish the university. Study dentistry, one of the most important words that we guessed, special, practice, practice, we guessed it too. So this is the fourth word that we guessed. Patient, experienced, yes, experienced is one of the verbs, or sorry, is one of the words, it's an adjective by the way, that were guessed. And finally observe, yes, a sixth word that has been guessed. Okay, now let's move to the question. See how you spend and exert much effort. You spend a lot of time and exert much effort in order to make sure that you understand the passage very well, and you go through the questions. Of course, another school of teachers would say that you should read the questions first. This is another way. It's not bad, but I suggest it's better for you to understand especially if you have plenty of time, like what you do. If you have more time, read the text first. Try to understand each and every part of it. Try to guess, and don't worry, don't panic, and so on. But in tests like the IELTS, for example, you are in need of time and you don't have enough time. So having a look at the questions would be better. Well, now question 1. Which is the best sentence to put between sentences 1 and 2? Put between sentences 1 and 2. Now let's have a look at the sentences first. If you are interested in helping people take care of their teeth, you might think about becoming a dentist. During secondary school, yes, there's some kind of jump here. There should be a sentence in between. So you might think about becoming a dentist. During secondary school, you should earn high marks in your math and science courses. So this sentence speaks about your study at school, and this sentence speaks about your future job. So studying at school, future job. Okay, now let's move to the sentences. You should try to visit the dentist once a year if possible. Okay, you should try to visit the dentist once a year if possible. You know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to try each and every one of these 4 sentences in the place and choose the best one. Okay, just a couple of seconds. Well, you should try to visit the dentist once a year if possible. Now let's go here. If you are interested in helping people take care of their teeth, you might think about becoming a dentist. You should try to visit the dentist once a year if possible. During secondary school, see, I'm putting it in between. During secondary school, you should know. I don't think it's applicable here. No, I cannot use it here. So I will not choose sentence 1. Okay, now let's see sentence 2, which is number B. Dentistry is a good career, but it takes years of preparation. Maybe, let's see. If you are interested in helping people take care of their teeth, you might think about becoming a dentist. Dentistry is a good career, but it takes years of preparation. Sorry, that's a mistake. During secondary school, you should earn high marks in your math and science courses. So maybe it's right. Now let's try the third one. I have not taken the decision yet, by the way. Let's try sentence 3. The School of Dentistry is conveniently located next to the hospital. The School of Dentistry is conveniently located next to the hospital. Let's see. If you are interested in helping people take care of their teeth, you might think about becoming a dentist. the situation of the School of Dentistry. The School of Dentistry is conveniently located next to the hospital. Sorry, again. Well, during secondary school, you should earn high marks in your math and science courses. No, the location of the dentistry school is not important here. By the way, even if you have seen the answer, it's okay. It's not what I'm not interested in, or I don't want you to be interested in the answer. I want you to be interested in knowing how to deal with a question like this. Okay? So I don't care about the answer. Well, let's try. So the first sentence is not applicable. We will not choose it. The third sentence will not be chosen. So it could be the second one or the fourth one. Let's try the fourth one. It's important to choose a good dentist who helps you feel comfortable. It's important to choose a good dentist. Okay, let's try it. If you are interested in helping people take care of their teeth, you might think about becoming a dentist. So he speaks about the job now, about your future job. The sentence is, it is important to choose a good dentist who helps you so and so. It is important to choose a good dentist who helps you so and so. During secondary school, no, he speaks about study. So it's sentence number 2. Yes, dentistry is a good career, but it takes years of preparation. Okay? Well, see how it took a long time. Of course, explanation or my teaching to you takes a lot of time. Okay? But I'm just showing you how to deal with a question like this. But you will not spend that much time in answering a question like this. But even if you take a long time to answer it, it's okay. As I told you, and as I always tell you, you have plenty of time. Well, the next question is, which is the best sentence to conclude the paragraph? Oh my God. The very, very important word. And if you find it in the exam, you have to remember its meaning. To conclude is to get the main idea, the conclusion of the paragraph. You know the word conclusion. Do you remember writing an email? Do you remember the parts of the email? The greetings, the introductory paragraph, the main body, the conclusion, and signing off. So the conclusion is written where? At the end of the paragraph or at the end of the email. So conclude comes from the word conclusion, which is the best sentence to conclude, to close, to get the main idea and to finish the paragraph, to conclude the paragraph. So the dentist has an office with a special chair and other tools. How funny. The dentist, this is not related to the main idea. As I told you at the very beginning, you have to know the main idea of the paragraph. You have to know why the writer has written this paragraph, what the writer wants to tell us, what the writer wants to teach us. Okay, so which is the best sentence to conclude the paragraph? Does the writer want to tell us that the dentist has an office, the place where a dentist works? No. He is telling us about the study of dentistry, how to be a dentist, and what dentists do, what students at the faculty of dentistry or the school of dentistry do, and so on. These ideas I said have nothing to do with this one. The dentist has an office with a special chair and other tools. Okay, let's try the second one. B. At last, the dentist looked at my teeth and said they appeared healthy. Oh my God, this is even funnier, because I am not telling the story, or the writer is not telling the story of someone who went to the dentist. No, it's not, it's refused. So 1 and 2 could not be chosen. Number C, if you have seen a dentist lately, you probably had your teeth cleaned. This is some kind of advice. Somebody is advising another, telling him that if you have seen a dentist lately, you probably had your teeth cleaned. I think it's not the one. Let's try the final one, the last one. Finally, after all this training, yes, here the writer speaks about training, and this is exactly what was the paragraph about. What was the last paragraph, the last part of the paragraph about? After graduation, you join the School of Dentistry, and there you will take classes and also practice on patients while experienced dentists observe you. And after all these, finally, after all this training, you will be able to call yourself a dentist. Yes, that's the one. Yes. Well, last one. The last one of this kind of question, but in this I want you to exert the effort that to try to do like me. I will give you opportunity to guess the meanings, to try to understand the main idea, why the writer has written this to us, what the writer wants to tell us about or to inform us about, why the writer has written this, in order to be able to answer the questions. Okay, so my explanation will be a little bit less this time. The Canal Road Bridge, okay, 3 words. I'll just give you hints. 3 words. In the middle of a sentence, they start with capital letters. Remember what I told you about this. The Canal Road Bridge needs to be repaired. A large truck damaged the bridge. The truck driver tried to avoid crashing into a broken down car, but he hit the side of the bridge instead. Luckily, no one was hurt. Space, the bridge will be closed for a week. Okay, let's have a look at the question, but let's read it one more time. The Canal Road Bridge needs to be repaired. A large truck damaged the bridge. The truck driver tried to avoid crashing into a broken down car, but he hit the side of the bridge instead. Luckily, no one was hurt. Space, the bridge will be closed for a week. I'll leave it as it is for a minute in order to let you try to understand and guess and give it more thinking. Well, I hope that you have guessed a lot of meanings or a lot of new words. Let's see. Now these are the words. But before you go through the words, I'll go back to the words after we have discussed the questions. Which is the best way to rewrite sentence 2 without changing its meaning? What's the topic word or the main word here in this question? Rewrite. Okay, rewrite, like write again. Okay, which is the best way to rewrite sentence 2 without changing its meaning? Let's have a look at sentence 2. A large truck damaged the bridge. A large truck damaged, notice the word large, truck. A large truck damaged the bridge. And of course, if you have a look at the third sentence, it will give you even more information. Or more clarification. The truck, like explanation. The truck driver tried to avoid. The truck driver, so truck is a vehicle. You know what a vehicle is? Anything that runs on 4 wheels is called a vehicle. The truck driver tried to avoid crashing into a broken down car. but he hit the side of the bridge instead. Okay, so back again to sentence 2. A large truck, which is a vehicle, damaged the bridge. How can we rewrite it? A large truck and the bridge were damaged. A large truck damaged the bridge. A large truck and a bridge were damaged. In fact, both of them were damaged, of course. You can imagine a car or a big car or a truck. You can imagine what a truck is. Crashed into a bridge, so both of them will be damaged. Maybe, so maybe it's sentence number A. A large truck by the bridge was damaged. A large truck by the bridge was damaged. Okay. The bridge was damaged by a large truck. Maybe. You know how this sentence is formed? It's what? It's something that we spoke about. Look at this. Look at these two words. Was damaged. And I want you to have a look at this word. A larger truck damaged the bridge. Okay. The bridge was damaged. So the truck damaged the bridge. The bridge was damaged. What form is this? What we call it? Passive. Yes. Some of you said it. Yeah. It's passive. Yes. The bridge was damaged by a large truck. I think it's the answer. You know why? Because any sentence in the active voice is the same as the sentence is in the passive voice. I bought a car. A car was bought by me. It's the same. They give the same meaning. I have changed nothing. They ate mangoes. Mangoes were eaten by them. It's the same. A truck damaged the bridge. The bridge was damaged by a large truck. It's the one. But still, I told you before, even if you are sure about the answer, you have to keep on going and reading the rest of the choices. Now let's read the last one in order to make sure. The bridge damaged a large truck. It's funny, isn't that right? The bridge cannot damage any trucks, of course, unless the truck crashes into the bridge. So the answer is number C. Yes, the bridge was damaged by a larger truck, and simply we have chosen it because the best way to rewrite sentences is to write it in the passive voice, if they are in the active voice, of course. And if they are written in the passive voice, you can rewrite them using the active voice. Okay? So there are two ways of writing the same sentence without changing the meaning. The second question. Which is the best way to begin sentence number 5? Yes, there was space at the beginning of sentence number 5. Luckily, no one was hurt. Space, the bridge will be closed for a week. You know, the second sentence, okay, is something good or bad? The bridge will be closed for a week. Do you think it's something good or bad? It's something bad, okay? And what about the first sentence? Luckily, no one was hurt. This is something good or bad? Something bad? No, it's something good. Luckily, no one was hurt. It's good that no one was hurt. There were no casualties. There were no people who went to hospital. So this is something good. So the first sentence, which is sentence number 4, is something good, and sentence number 5 is something bad. So what word should be used here? Let's have a look. As a result of the accident, let's try it. As I told you before, if you have a question like this, you have to choose each and every one of the choices in the place. In its place, as a result of the accident. Okay, now let's try it. As a result of, luckily, no one was hurt. As a result of the accident, the bridge will be closed for a week. Yes, the accident caused something, and as a result of the accident, the bridge will be closed for a week. What should I do now? Should I choose it? No, because maybe I am wrong. Maybe there is another sentence which is better than this, or another phrase. In fact, it's not a sentence. Okay, As a result of the accident. Okay. At the time of the accident, the bridge will be closed. You know, I have memorized the sentence. The bridge will be closed for a week, I think. The bridge will be closed for a week, yes. So, at the time of the accident, the bridge will be closed for a week. It's not good, of course. It can't be. Okay, so we will not choose number B. Number C, unless, which means if not. Okay, unless there was an accident. So if it's like saying, if there wasn't an accident, the bridge will be closed for 1 week. How come? If there wasn't an accident, the bridge will be closed for 1 week? No, the sentence is wrong either. Okay, is wrong too, sorry. Number D. Finally, there was an accident. The bridge will be closed for 1 week. It could be right, but it's not very good. You know, the first one is better. As a result of the accident, the bridge will be closed. This is a clear sentence. As a result of the accident, the bridge will be closed. But if I say, finally, there was an accident, the bridge will be closed, no, it's not clear. So the answer is sentence number